Good morning, it's Friday Eve. Thank you to everyone who gave suggestions on the post I did 2 days ago, asking whether you like live content or whether you preferred written content. So I'm going to definitely try and do more of a selection of both, try and even it out a little bit for you, except of course for the guy who said to me that I am a devil woman with zero morals and an agent of Satan. I don't care what you think at all. But you are becoming a bit of a feature in the comment section. So yeah, I'm not going to name him, but yeah, this one's for him. So what I wanted to chat about today is something called cognitive distortion. And you may have had it, you may have had an experience of that already, where you, if you're anything like me, when one of my clients cancels because they're sick, they will phone up and go, "I'm so sorry, I have COVID." Now, I might not have seen that client for 2 weeks. Or somebody will phone you up and say, "Listen, I'm really sorry, I just found out I had COVID," and it might be a good friend. And it's how we have decided that COVID is our fault. Because you'd never phone someone up and go, "Hi, I'm so sorry, I've got flu." You wouldn't. Or, "Hi, I'm so sorry, I've got food poisoning." And the reason we do this is so interesting. Because what it is it's a cognitive distortion. So getting COVID, and I'm not talking about people who aren't wearing masks and sanitizing, you guys are on your own. But most of us are doing our absolute best not to get sick and not get other people sick. So washing hands, sanitizing, not touching each other, not touching our faces. She says touching her face. Don't do that. But we do our best to stay healthy, right? So why are we apologizing for getting sick? So it's two things. First of all, there's emotional reasoning involved. So because I feel guilty, I must be guilty. I had the most terrible story the other day about a youngster who brought COVID home to the family. Wasn't her fault. She hadn't been at a party. Nothing like that. She just picked it up. And one of the family members died. And her guilt is profound, but it's not her fault. It's emotional reasoning. I feel terrible, therefore I must have done something terrible. No, it's a feeling. And if I can give you another example of that, if you've ever had a car accident and it takes you a little while to get back behind the wheel and you get into the car and your heart starts pounding, and maybe your tummy starts acting up, you've got a headache, you've got a dry mouth, you're feeling like you're in fight, flight, or freeze mode. That, and then you go, well, something bad must be about to happen, right? Because I feel so terrible. And then we talk about premonitions. But actually, it's that your survival instinct has taken over, released adrenaline into your body, and now you feel so anxious that you think it means more than it does. What it means is that you're anxious about getting in the car again because you had an accident the last time. And the other thing we're doing with COVID, especially, is we're personalizing it. So, for example, when something horrible happens in our lives and it's beyond our control or our understanding, so often what we'll do is we'll personalize it. We'll say, well, if I hadn't done this, that would not have happened. If I was better at that, that would not have happened. So let's go back to the car accident. If I had not had the radio on, not been on Bluetooth, stopped at the light before it turned red so that the guy who raced through on the other side didn't hit me. If. But there's nothing you can do. An accident is an accident. And it's the same with COVID. If I hadn't gone shopping, if I'd stayed at home all the time, if I'd never met someone for coffee, but you don't have control over it. You can mitigate your risk. You can drive more safely and more carefully. You can make sure that you don't take the orange light, orange robot, as a target as opposed to a limit. You can, as I said earlier in this video, you can look after yourself and to stop getting COVID, to stop getting COVID. Bunny ears, isn't it annoying? But you can't control whether or not you get it. So you can't own the problem. You got to let it go. So the next time you find yourself owning something, I feel guilty because, I feel anxious because, I feel frightened, or it's my fault because, please just take a moment and go, right, is this true? Is this true? Am I responsible for somebody dying of COVID? Is it my fault? No, it's not true. It's a cognitive distortion. So what thought can you replace that with? So instead you can say, I feel so sad that somebody died of COVID. I feel so scared that I had a car accident. That's true. but you're not a killer. Please have a beautiful day. Loving your interaction. And Devil Woman Guy, yeah, maybe you'll watch this and it'll help you.